Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Kryptocraft server. And it is my honour to be joined by Hannibal and Whip.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
I said hello. I was waiting for him to go first, but then he just didn't go.
I'm the
Dear me.
guest.
Yes, if you did not know, Whip is a new member to the server. He joined yesterday or the day before yesterday. And he's already got enchanted ironwood armour. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, Ironwood comes enchanted.
Oh, does it? Okay. Well, needless to say, he already has it. And I'm still rocking the iron armour.
Nice.
I'm
Those
rough.
probably are the best boots, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're yours, Hannibal. I realised
Yeah,
I
they
still
used
had
to
them
be.
after you left.
And then I'm rocking the Thaumaturge's robes.
Yeah.
Well, so, want to explain what we're doing today?
Yeah, go for it.
I meant you, but okay.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. Yeah, we're here in Hannibal's Thaumaturge room to learn about Thaumcraft, because I am completely nonplussed. I knew a lot about Thaumcraft 1 or 2, I think, and I don't know much about this new version, so yeah, please take it away and say the basics.
Well, as any good Thaumaturge would know, the first thing that you would need to do is research. In order to research, you would need to get a Thaumonomicon. And so, if you have your bookshelf with you...
I can make one. I have the materials too.
Okay.
You also need the wand first.
Yep, I'm getting there.
I'll
You're
get an
not going to be
achievement.
allowed here if you're just going to do that.
Alrighty.
Okay, bookcase is made. Bookshelf, rather.
So, if you take these three items,
Okay.
and then you can craft a wand by putting it in a diagonal line on a crafting table with a gold nugget at the bottom left and a crystal at the top right and a stick in the middle.
Gotcha. One of the
Okay.
apprentice.
So if you take that and you right click on this bookshelf here,
You do not have enough charge to do that, but it is slowly charging.
okay, well, it does charge from the aura. So to see the aura, you're going to need these. These are goggles of the revealing. They are what I'm wearing.
Very snazzy.
And pretty much always wearing. So you can see on the bottom left, that is our aura and our flux. So we
And,
have,
Yeah, the aura's going down, I see, as the wand is charging.
yes. And the aura will continue to go down until it is fully charged. And the flux goes up when you burn excessive things in the crucible than what you needed to make something.
I like how it says moderate. I think someone's been busy in this area.
Actually, it was dangerous earlier. I had to move the node, which if we head outside you can see.
Ooh, this will give me a good chance to use the key.
Yeah.
Ka-ching! You can now open this door. Sweet.
So the node is over here behind this silverwood tree. After
Ooh, wow.
I grew several of them.
That is
So-
impressive.
Yes, the node used to be actually in this small hole here. It was buried under the ground. And because of that, no wisps could spawn and it couldn't cause thunderstorms. So because of that, the flux never decreased and it got stuck in
Okay.
the dangerous level. So I had to actually move the node, which I did post pictures of in our private chat, but
Yeah, they're very cool.
yes, it was a very beautiful occurrence. So your wand should be charged now.
Yes, it is.
You can come into here and right click on the bookshelf. And you get a Thaumonomicon.
This is very cool.
So if you right click with that, you can see the beginning of your research. This is what
See.
you're going to be working on.
I see lots of flashing squares with hieroglyphics on them.
Yeah, that's because you haven't researched anything yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So to begin researching, you need to build one of these. This is a research table.
Yeah.
Let me get that out of there. And this is made by making 2 tables, which is... Actually, I have to look that up. I haven't made that in so long. Which...
3 half slabs and a couple of planks.
Yep. Okay, we can go with that. 3 half slabs and a couple of planks. and you can get a table. You need 2 of them, and then you need inscribing tools, which is made with a feather and a ink sack, I think. Glass bottle. Yep.
Okay.
So
just
that.
making the table.
Okay.
Ah, got it. Yep.
Also, if you need any materials, you can just let me know. I can grab it out of my safes. However, I don't have the feathers or the ink sacks, so you gotta look there. But you can use mine for now. So, in order to use this, you need to have some basic items.
Okay.
You can use anything. You can use this stack of cobblestone, for example. However, one thing that you have to have is paper. So if you right-click on this table, you can see the interface.
Yep.
And on the corner there, with the paper in it, that's where you need to have the paper.
I see. All right.
If you see the slider on the bottom,
Yep.
see how it's green there and then it's red?
All I see is it red and it says thorough.
Okay. Well, if you click on it, you can change it to cursory. It's
I
green.
see. Yeah, I see now.
So, cursory has a lower chance to increase your research, but it also has a lower chance of destroying the item. However, thorough has a higher chance of increasing your research, but a higher chance of destroying the item. So I usually just stick it on thorough because we have a near infinite supply of resources.
Yeah. Sweet.
So you can see the 5 slots on the left.
Yep.
And you can throw the cobblestone in there. And it'll show you the aspects. The cobblestone has saxum, which is stone or rock, and fractus, which is destruction. Also, if you hold shift and hover over any item in your inventory, which you may have noticed before, it'll also show you the aspects that it has.
Okay. Very cool.
So if you click on the small magnifying glass, you can hopefully begin research.
Yep. Unknown theory.
Yep, and if you keep clicking on it, it'll continue to research that and spend some of the cobblestone. And so now you can see that the saxum icon has been grayed out.
Yeah.
That means that aspect is not needed for this theory. But the fractus is, because that's the only aspect in there right now, and that was working.
Yeah, and we now have something called obscurus, which is
Yep.
unknown and obscured. That's helpful.
Yeah. We do not know what that aspect is yet, but we will if we continue researching it.
Okay.
So, if you continue pressing the magnifying glass, you will continue the research.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
so we can see there it popped into fractus,
Yep.
and we have completed it. So,
Sweet.
right now we are researching Elementum.
We are indeed.
Elementum is basically the opposite of Nitor. Nitor is kind of like fire. I don't know really how to describe it. But right at this point, sometimes you will get a second research icon that'll tell you what you need to use for the next part. However, in this one, we did not. So at this point, you would continue experimenting.
Okay.
Like, let's say, netherrack.
Yeah. This
We're
can
gonna
have
try.
some, like, fiery properties.
Yeah. Let's see.
Ignis and solum. Okay. Fire, heat and burn, and earth, soil, ground, and foundation. It's a pretty cool aspect.
Well, you're also looking at the aspect from the cobblestone. So if you take the cobblestone out, then you will only see the aspect from the netherrack.
Yeah, I kind of use the netherrack. Oh,
Yeah.
cheers. Yeah, okay.
So if you continue researching that, you should see something pop up.
Oh. Fractus moved from top to bottom.
Yep, it does that when you discover a new element that is needed for the research.
Yeah. Oh, almost there. Yeah. We have researched Elementum 6. Well, we've researched 60% of Elementum.
Alright. So here's something else we could try is Nicolite. This is practically useless for me because I do not do anything with red power because I suck at redstone, so I mainly use redstone and Nicolite, their machina and potentia aspects, which are very useful.
Okay. So how would you know to add this in to research whatever to research Elementum?
Typically you don't, but because I've already researched it, I know what goes into it.
So until then, it's pretty much guesswork.
Yes.
Trial and error.
Yes.
Trial and error, yeah. Oh, we have Discovery Elementum.
Alright, so if you take that out, and then you hold that in your hand, and you can right-click with that and learn it.
Like a map.
Yes. And then if you look down, you should see a description of what it is, actually.
Yeah. So it's 100% of that flamey one, 100% earth, and 100% a guy holding a stick.
Yep, that's how much you've researched it.
Excellent. Seem very technical with those descriptions. Right, this substance throbs with fiery energy and is more than eager to release that energy at the slightest bump. It may be unstable, but it would probably make a good source of fuel. Research completed. Elementum. Awesome.
Alright, so if you open up your Thaumcraft, you should see Elementum near the
Yep.
basic alchemy.
I just happened to be staring at it. That's handy. Okay, yeah. It's
There you
right
go. So then you can see a further description in some cases. In this case, it's very brief.
there. Yeah.
And then you can see on the right-hand side of that page, it'll say Crucible. So this cannot be crafted on a crafting table. This you have to have a Crucible for. So the Crucible is made by getting an iron cauldron, which is in vanilla Minecraft, and it's just made like an upside-down pair of pants.
Yep.
And so you put that on top of a lava spot, as it is over here, and then you right-click on it with your wand.
Or burning netherrack.
Does burning netherrack work?
Yeah, just if you want it different visually.
Okay. Alright, well there you go.
Sweet. Yeah.
So then if you put water into it, you can look inside and see that it's boiling.
Uh-huh.
That means that it's ready to accept materials.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you look at the page of Elementum again, you can see in the cauldron looking drawing there is a bunch of pictures.
Yep.
There's a fractus symbol with the number 3 by it, an ignis symbol with the number 6 by it, and a potentia symbol with the number 6 by it.
Yep.
So netherrack has one ignis in its aspect, which you can see by holding shift over it. You can see how much of an aspect it has in it. So for this, we're going to need 6 netherrack.
Okay. So I just like go ahead and toss 6 netherrack in here.
Yep. So with the goggles of revealing on, if you look at the crucible, you can see the little icons that tells you what's in it. However, if you don't have the goggles of revealing on, it doesn't do that.
Okay. That's very cool.
You just see colorful bubbles.
Yes. Okay.
Very nice.
So then we need 3 fractus.
Like cobblestone.
Yep.
I'm learning.
And then we need 6 of potentia.
What would that be?
Nikolite?
Oh yes, I used. Oh, left in the table. Yeah. How many was that?
We need 6, but there's 2 in each Nikolite, so 3 pieces of Nikolite.
Okay. Got it.
And if you right-click on the crucible with your wand, you should get out a piece of elemental. So the excess aspects that you put into it, because netherrack doesn't only have ignis, it also has 2 other aspects, and those weren't needed for the recipe. Those got released into the aura as flux.
Okay.
Fortunately, it was a very small amount of excess aspects, so it wasn't too much flux. And I have a rather large node, so it didn't really affect it at all.
That's good.
So from here, you would typically continue researching. And then, once you research enough, you should be able to change over metals. You can change anything into like copper or silver or lead. And then you can get different wands. Some of the wands that I have gotten are the Wand of Lightning, a decent weapon, which I also gave you.
You can test these on me if you want.
Very cool. Like the sound effect.
Yeah, it is a nice sound effect. I have
Yeah.
a Wand of Equal Trade, which allows me to change out blocks that are already placed with blocks in my inventory.
Alright. That sounds pretty good.
It makes changing things really fast.
Yeah. Hey, can you change this building from cobblestone to stone bricks? Yeah, sure. You just right-click on it and it's all stone bricks.
Very nice.
Building was never easier.
Never. So, as you may have noticed, you find shards in the world.
Yeah.
And so later on in your researching, you can actually create these into crystal clusters. That's what these are. And
They look very cool.
They do look very cool. They are a good decoration tool.
Yeah.
And these also raise my aura and produce a little bit of flux, but they also restore the aura after it's been used. So when you used your wand to create the elementum from the crucible,
Yeah.
the aura went down because it was recharging your wand.
Okay.
And it also produced flux.
Yeah.
So once you get into the higher tiers of things, higher tiers of researching, you unlock the magical building blocks. And this is not what the house is built out of. These are warded stone bricks, or blocks. And so you need the magical building blocks in order to make some of the bigger wands and other things, because you need to have 4 of them in a square like this, and if you right click on them with a wand, it turns into the arcane the infusion table.
Yeah. Wow, I see your wand holds 1,000 Vs. That's quite impressive.
Yes, this is the wand of the Thaumaturge. That is the final wand that you get. So the infusion table is used to make specifically several wands.
Lots of things, actually.
Lots of things, but one of the first things that you'll use it for is making the different wands.
Okay.
So if you give me a second, I can grab some wood.
This all sounds like it involves a lot of practice.
Oh, it definitely does.
Which I'm looking forward to. This is...
You'll get the hang of it.
Yep, you
Yeah.
do. But it does take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And figuring out which resources might work best for
Yep.
research.
Yeah, because
So
I'm sure that something else would give, like, Ignis and things like that.
Yep, there are other things. So if you have a peek at this, you can see I'm building a fire wand.
Yeah.
And to do that, I need an aspect of 16 Ignis and 4 Telu, which is weapon, basically.
Okay.
So I found what works best for that, and is incredibly cheap, is just a stone sword.
Ah, very nice.
Oh,
Because that has 6 of that aspect.
nice.
And then we need 16 Ignis, which would be netherrack or other materials. So in order to craft this... Ah, yes, arrows work as well.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Which we can also get from the skeleton farm. So, in order to build this, you may have noticed that there is no crucible that this is using. But, never fear, it draws the aspects from nearby crucibles, so if we were to simply just throw this stone sword in here,
That is
then
clever.
it should be drawing the aspect to the infusion workbench.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I believe you still have the netherrack.
Yes, I do. I have 16
So-
of it.
Yes, if you could throw 16 of it into the crucible, either one will work.
Oh, cool.
Then we
Didn't
can,
realize it could be either.
yep. Then we can take this wand of fire out, and it can be used as a weapon.
Huh. Very clever. I like it. I see it used, was it 30 Vs from the environment?
I believe 40.
Okay.
So you can see on the bottom left, you see the arrows and the small
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
tube that tells you if the aura is increasing or decreasing.
Oh.
Oh, it's actually really good for fighting like lots of mobs at once.
Yes, it is good for fighting large groups of enemies at once because it's kind of like a shotgun. You spray it and it'll hit anything in front of you.
Ah, very nice.
So-
like the magical fire in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
That's the first thing I thought of.
So one of the later tools that I believe both of you have seen, but not on video, is a mining tool.
Ah, yes, this arcane boar, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is actually the last thing that I have researched.
We like to call it Hannibal's death ray.
I suppose you're mostly right. We just turn it on here, and it'll start mining away down this tunnel.
Wow, I like the particle effects.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
And so if you have this bore stand, then you can rearrange the output to a chest. Otherwise it'll just spit it out the back.
Yeah. Ah, very clever.
However, this uses up aura.
Right. That doesn't sound good.
And the items in the top slot.
And the what? Oh yeah.
The durability.
If you right-click on the bore itself,
Yeah.
you can see that it needs both a wand of excavation and a pickaxe. And so the wand of excavation is being used very slowly, and the pickaxe is being used just as if you were digging it yourself.
Okay, yeah. Seems to be
Oh,
going
it's
down
very
quickly.
What's really interesting is that it actually uses the enchantments that might be on your wand or your pickaxe too.
Yep, so if you have a pickaxe that would dig faster, like a diamond pickaxe with an efficiency 4, if you plop that in there, then it'll dig faster.
Yeah.
Or if you have fortune, then it'll actually use the fortune.
Yeah, I do have my precious pickaxe.
Yeah,
It
I
has
do
that.
too.
Yeah, it is
I've
awesome.
I've got my efficiency 4, fortune 3.
Yeah, nice.
Some shards.
Unbreaking 3. Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. So, this is a interesting tool, to say the least.
Yeah. I assume it doesn't kill you if it hits you.
Nope.
It hasn't killed me yet.
Oh, it seems to have stopped.
Yeah. I believe it has a range limit, but I have not actually run into the range limit yet. This is the tunnel that I was digging out before, but because my node was trapped, I couldn't dig very far without killing my aura.
Okay.
So now that I've got that fixed, I can dig away.
It also looks like your ironwood pick has an X through it. So I mean, it doesn't have
yes.
enough durability left.
That would be why. With this, it actually doesn't use up your pickaxe. It'll save it on 1 durability, so that if you want to repair it, you can.
That is nice. I like that a lot.
Oh, nice.
So if I
That is a really cool feature.
put my pickaxe back in there, it should continue. Yep. So it didn't reach its range. It just ran out of durability on the pickaxe.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. So these are some of the things that you can look forward to in Thaumcraft.
They certainly
Lots
do
more
look nice.
secrets to find.
Yeah, there certainly are more secrets to find. I didn't hear what you said, Squatch.
Yeah, the particle effects and all these colours and glittery things look very impressive.
Yeah. Not sure why it stopped. Oh, he took his pickaxe out. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
That's
step
fine. It's fine. You can. It's fine. I just didn't know why it stopped.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yep.
It's been very educational.
Yep. And now you know how to start on your own.
I do indeed. Well, I should give you these goggles of revealing back. Or how do you make them? Just make my own pair.
You can keep them. They're near the end of their life, so to say.
How do they use up durability?
Just the same way as armor. If you take damage while wearing them, it uses those.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll happily take them. Does look very cool.
Yep. So there you go. There's Thaumcraft.
Yeah. Right, thank you very much, and see you in a moment. Oh, perfect recording timing. I just pressed record and the rain stopped. Oh, that was split-second perfection. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little Thaumcraft introductory tutorial. It was very much the basics. We didn't cover anything like knowledge fragments or complicated recipes, but I hope it was still educational and, you know, quite fun for people to watch. Afterwards, we went to Whip's house, and he very kindly gave me an uncrafting table because he found a lot of them in the Twilight Forest. So yeah, we have one of those. Not entirely sure how it works, but as you might have guessed, it uncrafts what you do. But apparently you can switch enchantments, so he says, so Whip says. And So if you had like Soul Stealer on a Vile Sword, you could switch it to a Diamond Sword, which would be pretty cool because Vile Swords have really low really low durability. So yeah, that would be pretty sweet. So I hope you enjoyed that episode once again, and I messed up introduction. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.